we need to understand boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is that as a couple, we don't set boundaries because we believe once you're married to the person, you're entitled to have access to the person at any time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why at times the person, they don't know how to communicate that I need space because you don't want to say, oh, I need space.
I think we've
And then the person,
some of that,
if you said that,
yeah.
and then the person feel like, wait, are you falling out of love with me? Why do you need space right now? Why do you need to go in a room? So for me at night, when you go to your bed and you go to sleep peacefully and I stay around here, it gives me that time to recoup myself. Yeah, because I spend the whole day taking care of you and thinking about you that at nights I just want my time. Greetings people, Wagwan. Welcome to another episode of
Beyond Your Wildest Marriage podcast. It's so good to be here once again, guys.
Yeah, don't know.
To chop it up with you.
Chop it up.
And see what's going on beyond
your wildest marriage.
That's right.
Yeah, so today's going to be another exciting episode, as we always say. Every episode for some reason, right?
I'll tell you.
We know that you guys are loving the podcast, so make sure to comment your question as we highlight them on our weekly episodes.
That's right.
Yeah, so shout out to the last person who commented that nice comment and we preview it. It was very good. Also remember, you can send questions or your story to beyondyourwildestmarriage at gmail.com and we will review it here on the podcast.
I think I have I have somebody send a long note from one of the podcasts the last time.
Yeah.
So I want to share this one.
What is that?
This person, Summers in Africa. Shout out to Summers in Africa.
Shout out.
Yes, thank you for subscribbing to the channel.
Yeah.
So she have a long thing here, you know.
I wish she says so.
I think this episode we did one was one of the first episodes.
Yes.
So yeah.
What she say?
The message was, she said this video is very touching.
Because
we have persons who are tuning in through the videos and persons who may be tuning in just listening.
Just tell me the story with the lady said.
All right, let me get into the story.
Yeah.
So she's like, this video is very touching. I can relate on a few different levels. It's amazing how my marriage has grown to be healthier and happier overall after moving to Gambia.
That is so
this
awesome.
This is the case even though my husband is traveling half of the time for business. After moving here was our first time being separated from each other, but God works in mysterious ways and the move has made our marriage stronger than ever before. Everything happens for a reason, absolutely. So she's saying, I wanted to tell you, Queen Jody, that we're discussing our experience with ectopic pregnancy during that time as well. Yeah. And so she was encouraging me basically and said she had 7 miscarriages throughout the course of her marriage. And today they have 8 children. Wow, congratulations. Don't lose hope. No, man, we're not lose hope. Yeah. God is working everything out for you in...
That's so touching.
Yes. It's perfect timing. Thank you for sharing such a sensitive topic about your marriage. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you even more. Thank you so much.
This was an exciting conversation here happening.
That was so cool. You know, thank you for sharing your own personal experience in your marriage. And, you know, that is very good. Like, we can share stories and connect and bond together because we all don't know everything.
That's right.
And so when we do that, we find that, somebody is experiencing the similar things to you, and then you can form a community. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that with me and Jody. We appreciate it. So what have we been doing over the weekend? So we have something to share with you guys on a side note. So we went to like a trade fair. Yeah, the trade fair was happening in our local area and Jody bought some very exciting stuff.
Yeah, so we bought this thing. It's baobab and ginger. I don't know how they get it to this.
Somehow.
But baobab is a powder of a fruit here that you can turn it into powder. And they made it with ginger and it's lovely. It just melts in your mouth. And it's one of my snacks that I love now. AP, you love the coconut and ginger snack.
Yeah, I mean, eat everything up. By the time I get it, everything is finished. It was very good. I didn't
even bother to try it because my gum at the time wasn't feeling so good. So I just stuck with this one. And it's my favorite, to be honest.
It's good. Oh, we also got this one. It's like a local, traditional, I don't know, spice. Yeah, it's a spice.
Yeah, they say it's a spice. And that one, what's the name of that one?
The name of this one is alligator pepper. And just Google it and you will see about it. It has
many benefits
several benefits, especially if it, guys, all of the man then pull up and listen to you. It's this thing.
Pull up your chair.
That's something, yeah. When
Very
you have
good.
it, yeah, your wife is going to worship you that. She's going to be like, this man.
Anyways, so when I compete, we just make things
You know,
even.
compete.
We make things even. And this one is the Eden fruit. I am in love with this one.
What
When we first came to Gambia, someone introduced it to me. She said, yo, this one, it's nice. And it's gonna make this one nice.
Hey, and they're so nice.
Yeah, it's gonna make this one. So I couldn't find back the fruit for this long while, and then we got this at the trade fair again. I'm saying, yo, man, I'll make the opportunity miss me, so I have to get some stock up on it.
Yeah, Jody buy like 10 bags.
It have a very sweet scent. Yeah, and it make this a sweet. Yeah.
Anyways, this girl is funny.
Shout out to all the married couples out there.
Not to lie, it was a nice trade fair and we enjoyed ourselves there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's get into the topic of why we're here. So, my partner is asking for a timeout. Should I be worried?
Yeah.
That is the topic for today, guys.
AP, should I be worried?
Well, you should be worried. You definitely should be worried.
After all, I mean,
you should be worried if you did something wrong. You should be worried.
oh, if I did something wrong.
If you did something wrong, you should be worried.
So what would warrant that something to be considered wrong?
Or maybe you should ask what would warrant you not to worry.
Yeah.
In a case where you know you're doing everything right in terms of being supportive, you know, always listening, being compassionate, being showing empathy, you know, you don't really have nothing to worry about if you're fulfilling your role as a partner to that person.
Okay.
If that person is asking for a timeout and it's not something that you can control, then what are you going to do? And sometimes asking for timeout don't necessarily mean that the person is going to divorce you or leave you or they don't like you.
Timeout.
You know, in between, asking me for space here in my house. You know how to activate together. Listen to me. Baby, tell me, how did you get so cold? Listen to me.
Anyways, guys.
If your partner is asking for a timeout, it don't necessarily mean anything bad. Let me give you an example. For me and Jody, at night times, I am the night owl. I will stay up till like 3 o'clock sometimes doing research, you know, because I always want to get that information in before I sleep, you know, because when you register stuff in your subconscious mind, then it just flows naturally when you need it. That's what I believe. The more you research before you sleep, when you get up in the morning, all of that information is stored in your head, and when you get in a situation, that information kick in and it kind of
so true.
Help you to get through these things.
That's so true. And for me, I'm a early riser.
Yes.
And a early night
sleeper.
sleeper.
Somehow, I don't know how that works.
Ever since from I was a child, that's been the case for me.
Yeah.
Early riser, early child. I think my mom kind of brought that into me because she was like, early to bed, early to rise, make a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Well, we wake up early still.
It's not a bad thing really when you check it, because certain habits, you know, for me,
it helps with good habits.
I am firing in the early morning, kicking, but late nights when it's coming down to that time, you just see me like, don't really have too much of a strong conversation with me right now.
I'm going to go sleep, and it always happens every time we talk. Your eyes are just like, Jody, you know, on that time when it's up.
But babe, you know,
like,
you like to talk to me. You like to talk to me when I'm getting to that time.
So me ask you, do you want me to give you some space or what?
No, I'm just saying, have the conversations earlier time.
Listen to me. We don't have no control over the mood. It's not a mood. You understand? Sometimes, like I know when we're having the podcast, I know I'm talking to you now.
Yes.
We're having the conversation right now, and it's like daytime here.
Yes.
But in the night, sometimes the ideas kick in, something flying in your head, and you're like, yo, let me go talk to my wife, and she's like, I wanted to sleep now.
But babes, you understand. So, I have encouraged him, and he's been practicing that now to
Yeah.
like write it down. Because at first he's like, "No, babes, just I will talk and you write for me because you are the better writer."
But it helps though.
I know it helps.
It helps.
But in the case where no, there are times when I can actually stay up late, but it's
Well,
not.
last year actually did that though.
The other night I went to bed around 11 o'clock.
So she said,
No, it's true now.
the phone never worked good that night. Still, I forgot to tell you. So I actually went to bed 6 o'clock.
That's not fair. Anyway.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
I have those moments where I can stay up late and then we can actually have late night conversations. But my brain just starts go like pana, like 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 them tapes them where you used to play and after a while it just yeah, that kind of thing. So that's me at night time. So you can't really have a proper
But
conversation
to be honest
with
with
me
you
that
though,
time.
if your partner is asking for time out, there can be many reasons for that. And I have to
Yeah.
speak to my guys out there, like all of the man them out there. When you have a woman and you spend a lot of time with her, and especially if you're married, there's a whole lot of stuff that she's thinking about: the kids, about the house. She's thinking about how to nurture the family, how to be, there's a whole lot of stuff going through her head. And we not always want the attention, but when we want it, sometimes she want time out. We just have to be a little bit more understanding in that regards. And what I think as a couple as well is that we need to understand boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is that as a couple, we don't set boundaries because we believe once you're married to the person, you're entitled to have access to the person at any time.
Yeah.
And that's why at times the person, they don't know how to communicate that I need space because you don't want to say, oh, I need space.
I think we've
And then the person,
some of that
if
stuff.
you said that,
Yeah.
and then the person feel like, wait, are you falling out of love with me? Why do you need space right now? Why do
Yeah.
you need to go in a room? So for me, at night, when you go to your bed and you go to sleep peacefully and I stay around here, it gives me that time to recoup myself. Yeah, because I spend the whole day taking care of you and thinking about you. That at nights, I just want my time. I want to watch my animes, I want to watch my movies, I want to do documentaries, I want to do my research, and I only have, 3 to 4 hours to do that in the night.
Wow. Well, the disadvantage with that for me, because like you do all of that in the night,
Yes.
and I am sleeping. So
Yes.
if I don't wake earlier than the time that you wake up, I don't get time for myself.
But you're the problem now. As soon as you come out of the bed,
You wake up. That's the
Somehow.
thing. That's why I said that's a disadvantage for me. So now I have to be like very quiet when I'm getting up out of the bed, just not to wake him, so that I can get some me time. Like I can recoup myself for me.
well, you know what the funniest thing? When you roll out of the bed in that early morning, actually no knows that you got it. Like all this morning, I was like, yeah, throw my hand across. Only to realize nobody's there. This one is running here doing yoga.
Doing my yoga.
Just like,
And meditation, and I need that, because you are coming with information and I have to be ready to receive it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why you need space.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your partner is asking for time out, maybe that's the reason why that person is asking for time out.
I think earlier though in the relationship you never really understand it fully in that regards.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
Yeah, let me see why I said that. Because you felt comfortable sharing with me, and your ideas were coming and all of that.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was struggling with some stuff in myself personally.
Yeah.
I was feeling inadequate as a person, as a wife, because, the norm is that as a wife, you should be doing this, you should do that. And all of those norms are there in my head, and I'm working through them, how to, navigate myself through them and be there for you the way I want to be there for you. And so you are coming with your information and I am like here, that there's this. So I'm trying to listen. I want to listen to you. I want to be in participation with you in your discussion, but I am just like this. And so I'm not receiving it well, and then I feel flustered, and you at the time you were thinking maybe I don't want to listen to you, I don't want to hear you out, that kind of vibe. When to be honest, I want to, but I have this blockage that I'm dealing with.
You know, funny enough for you mentioned that, because at that time, it did feel like you didn't want to hear me out. Because, you know, for me, in my experience at that time, I have something excited that I must share, right? You know, when you have something where you want to share with somebody, and it's like, you need to share it now, not tomorrow, right? And so if the person don't want to listen to you, or you think the person don't want to listen to you, it kind of make you feel like you don't need it. Or what you have to say not important enough to the person, so it's not valuable to the person. You understand what I'm saying? So
I think you never handle it well, because of your past experience growing up as well. So I was understanding of that. You know, because you've been through an abusive situation, rejection, all of that as a child growing up, and so I had to be careful how I respond to you, even though I wasn't in the space to receive all the time. I tried to not come off the wrong way, because I understood that.
Yes, it's something that was very important, and I think a lot of people really don't understand that about their partner, that when you as a child, when you go through certain traumatic experience, it kind of make you feel like you need the support and the assistance or the attention of your partner 24/7, because you missed that when you were coming up. When I was coming up, I didn't have a lot of that. That's the truth. I'm a wanderer. I go everywhere by myself. I talk to myself. So when you finally have somebody that you feel like you can vibe with, it's like you really just want to pay attention to that thing, and then that entire relationship is the only important thing in life to you. That person's attention is the most important thing, and if that person don't give you the attention, you feel as if you know the person is against you or something like that. You understand?
Totally get that.
So for a lot of people, I would say maybe that's what is happening with their partner. Maybe just dealing with a lot of things. You know, life itself overall is challenging. And it can be an overwhelming situation where you feel like you want to be there for your partner, but you just need time to detox. You need to have detox. You need
that self-care, self-love time.
And I think by yourself, sometimes it's cool to send the wife out, you know, by herself. Let her go do makeup, hair, whatever, makes you feel relaxed and she can breathe. Let her miss you sometimes. Sometimes we separate, not all the time, but sometimes we separate in order to experience, you know, what it's like as a single, like being this way and that way.
Right. I mean, guys, the topic we're discussing is my partner is asking for time out. Should I be worried? So that's the discussion we're having here on Beyond Your Marriage podcast.
Jody, get the name right. Beyond Your Wildest Marriage podcast.
Beyond Your Wildest
Why
Marriage.
Why do you leave off the wildest?
I don't know. So we're having that discussion, and it's very interesting, you know, the points that you've been making, and I think overall, you know, space, as you said, asking for time out doesn't necessarily mean I'm done with you, I don't want to be around you anymore, I'm finished, this, you know, I'm out. It's not that.
Because I think what happened is society never really taught us how to handle like rejection. Like we think it's rejecting, but it kind of feel like that if you're a person, as you say, will come from a background of not necessarily having access to that, you know, family, to that communication as a child coming up, and you feel like something is missing from your life, so you expect the person coming inside of your life to fill you up,
always be there,
to give you that support, to give you that, you know, attention. And if you feel like you don't have that attention from the person, you're going to feel like going back into that hole that you dig yourself out of. So a lot of people get together. I don't know why this topic seems like it's really more closer to me than you somehow. A lot of us go through situations in life where we're alone. we spend years alone and we feel unappreciated, and then all of a sudden somebody come and they give you the support and the love that you have always wanted.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're even 1 minute of it missing, you feel like, wait, what is going on here? What is going on here?
It's just for a small time, you know. I think giving your partner space is important.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Especially in a case where you are always together.
Yeah.
Because not every couple can work well together, unfortunately. And they would have to find ways to work around it.
Yeah.
But in a case where you're always together, in the business, AP and I, we are working together.
Yeah, my
At
God.
home, we're together.
Everywhere.
You know, everywhere we go. And I don't feel that there's anything wrong with that. And nothing is wrong with us. It's just that we choose that. And so we have to allow ours, because we're always giving to each other. We're always giving to each other.
That is true.
And so there are days when our time in the week, our day, our space, you just need to give yourself space to recoup so you can give more of yourself, you know. And I think the last podcast that we had, that we were discuss about the person's feeling that lack of interest. Sometimes this is a situation that makes you feel that way, you know, because you're always giving, and then you come a point now where you just lose interest in giving.
Yeah, I understand.
Because you're getting weary, you're getting tired. You know, you need to recoup, but you don't understand that that's what you really need. You need that space to just chill, go to the beach and just lie down and just
that sounds good.
Listen to the sound of the wave, you know, and breathe and say, hey, am I still here? Hi, Judy, where are you? Are you still there?
Yeah,
you know,
you have to refill yourself like a gas tank.
Yeah,
you have to put back. Because, you know, you're giving out so much every day.
Yeah.
Not just to your partner, but to other people that, you know, will interact with in your life on a daily basis. And so you have to make sure, say, you're constantly recouping that energy that you're giving off to others. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to do that every day. And sometimes you will feel drained. And so if you have a partner, and you want that time out and you never establish that boundary from the get-go, you never have the conversation about, okay, I am going to need time.
Yeah.
There's going to be a specific time of the day or of a certain period where I'm going to just need a space to breathe. And if you don't have the conversation, when you actually do it, the person might feel like you're abandoning them, or you're ignoring them, or you don't value them anymore, you don't love them anymore, when really and truly that's not the case. So I would say if your partner is asking for a timeout, or your partner is basically go in our room or go in his room and lock up, if he's playing video game, watching football, or she want to go to the salon, it's okay, because we need time apart sometime for really. When you come home and you see your partner, you're so excited. It's like, oh my God, I miss you. Jump on. Yeah, like the other day when I went on the road and you didn't come, and then, you know, the whole feeling kicking is like, oh, I cannot wait to see him again. And as soon as I walked through the door, you jump on me, and it was like it's a very good experience, you know. So I would say time out is good. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree with having time out. And then you have to be very careful too with that. When you're gonna ask for a timeout with your partner, you need to properly communicate to your partner why it is that you need time out. I know for some persons they may not understand, because you know, everybody growth level is different.
That is true.
So a person might not understand. What do you mean you want time out? So, you know, can't just sit down right there and just relax. But you are saying, okay, I just need to go to the hotel, and I just need a day for me in that spa, and just rest and probably read a novel or something without interference. Don't call my phone, whatever. Just let me be, and then I can come back and give you everything.
Sometimes in that case, why from my perspective, I can say the truth. I'm a man, you know, and we're all human beings. We have mindset. and we think certain way. Maybe in a fragile situation, the guy might think, oh, maybe if she go by herself to the hotel, she might see a guy who she like, and who knows what might happen. And the same thing for the lady, she might be thinking the same. What if he go out and he see a lady who knows what might happen?
I understand that. And that's, I think, in a case where you are having issues in your relationship, I think that would trigger the insecurities. You understand? But in a case where you and your partner good, you don't really have no hullabaloo going on, you know, but you just feel that intuition that you just need to probably go somewhere and be out alone for a while, especially for us as spiritual people, because me and you, we're like that, and then we'll have a time when our spirit just tells us just chill,
stay home, don't do nothing,
and sometimes that involves not interfering in each other's space.
That is true,
you
as
understand
well.
But in a case where you're not that spiritual, but you just, you know, I think that is what's gonna define how the space work out.
That's why I said from the jump, if you discuss, like for me, I like my personal space, and I always tell you, you're the only person in life that I know that can be around me that long, and I'm not tired of you. Normally I don't like people in my space like that, because I'm an energetic person. I read people's energy, and so when they're around me, if their energy is not good, I can feel it, and it corrupt my energy. So I don't like people around me like that.
I understand.
So you're the only person where energy actually match mine. Lucky you. 1 in a billion. So it could be like that for some persons as well, you know, where the energy just not right. But I would say the number one advice I would give to somebody in that situation is just to have a conversation with your partner about what you're feeling and what dynamic you want to create in order for you guys to stick together and make the marriage or relationship work.
Sometimes the partner can go together if they feel like, okay, you just need to chill, and you feel like, okay, it's okay if I come, you know. But in some cases you might just want to be alone.
That's
cool. Fine as well. I don't see a problem unless you're clear with your partner about it. I don't see a problem.
That is true. Well, guys, leave your comment below. Let us know what you think of this topic. Do you give your partner space if you're in a relationship or marriage? What do you do? What are some of the creative ways that you give your partner space? Or maybe
if you are afraid of giving your partner space.
Let us know why.
Why?
What is causing that? We look forward to reading your comments or hearing from you guys. Also, remember, you can email your questions or your stories to Beyond Your Wildest Marriage podcast or Beyond Your Wildest Marriage at gmail.com. I don't know why I keep putting podcast. Beyond Your Wildest
Marriage
at gmail.com. Why do I keep adding podcast?
Because I don't know. Always the podcast at the end. That's why.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until the next episode. Love you.